વિદ્યાર્થી મિત્રો, લક્ષ સ્કૂલ ઓફ સાયન્સ બામણમાં ઓનમાં ફરી એકવાર આપણું સ્વાગત છે. આજે આપણે થોડીક સ્કૂલની યાદ કરીશું. ઘણા દિવસ થઈ ગયા સ્કૂલ જોઈને. આપણો ઓનલાઈન અભ્યાસ ચાલી રહ્યો છે. થોડીક સ્કૂલની માટીની સુગંધને અહીં આપણે જોઈશું તો મજા આવી જાય. તો ચાલો સ્કૂલની ઝલક જોઈએ. આપણું સ્કૂલનું આ સિમ્બોલ, આપણી આ સ્કૂલનું બાહ્ય દેખાવ કેટલો સુંદર છે. જો ભારત માતા સાથે આ આપણું એન્ટરન્સ. અહીંથી તમે અંદર સ્કૂલમાં વારંવાર જાઓ છો અને યાદ આવતી હશે બધી. કેટલું સુંદર અહીં લાગી રહ્યું છે. આ આપણે હોલમાં બેસીને પ્રાર્થના કરીએ છીએ, ભેગા થયા છે, મિટિંગો યાદ આવે છે કશું? હાલના શબ્દો નિલેશભાઈ ને આપણા વાતો બધી તો બધું મિસ કરી રહ્યા છે. તો થોડુંક આજે આપણે એને દિલથી યાદ કરી લઈએ એવી ઈચ્છા થઈ. જાત જાતની એક્ટિવિટીઓ આપણે કરીએ છીએ. આ બધું ખૂબ જ યાદ આવતું હશે. પ્રવાસો હવે તો આ વર્ષે ભૂલી જવાનું છે. આ બધું રમતો સ્કૂલને આ રીતે આપણે યાદ કરીએ અને પછી ભણીએ તો મજા આવશે. Welcome back, dear students, to the Lux School of Science. And today we are going to talk about the amine compounds as our activities. Dear students, we know that amines compounds are divided into several categories like primary, secondary, tertiary, aromatic and aliphatic. According to their reactions also be done. Okay? Because, dear students, when we will talk about primary amine, then it has two hydrogen to react. When we will talk about secondary amine, it has one hydrogen to react. And when we will talk about tertiary amine, there is no hydrogen to react. And that's why the reactions of these will be different than what we consider. So that's why here we have to talk nicely about the primary, secondary, tertiary amine. As well, if we will talk about aliphatic amines, then aliphatic amines are having only alkane group and they will be easily or will be not easily reacted, while aromatic group has benzene ring, and to give some derivative for the benzene ring we need some temperature also. And that's why here what we are going to consider in these lessons is very important. So dear student, just now we are talking about the chemical reactions, and today's our first chemical reaction is nothing but the carbide amine process. Actually, it is also known as carbide amine test. Okay, why it is known as carbide amine test? That also we are going to discuss today. So first topic of today is carbide amine test. Dear students, when aliphatic or aromatic primary amines compounds are reacted with chloroform in presence of ethanolic potassium hydroxide, then due to the heating of these reactions, the bad smelling isocyanide gases are produced. Okay, so what is this here? The aliphatic or aromatic amines, primary amines actually react with chloroform in presence of ethanolic potassium hydroxide, then they produce bad smelling isocyanide gas. This isocyanide gas also known as carbylamine compounds, and that's why this is known as carbylamine test or carbylamine compound. Dear students, these reactions can be done with only primary amines. It cannot be done with the secondary and tertiary amine, and that's why it is also test. In laboratory we can consider the primary amines are present, because if we have primary amine only, then they will produce the isocyanide gas. Other will not, bad smelling isocyanide gas. So when we will react with the chloroform and potassium hydroxide, that is ethanolic, and then we will get the bad smelling, it is confirmed that it is primary amine. Okay, so that is known as carbylamine test. Okay, if we will talk about the reaction, then primary amine means RNH2. When these are going to react with Chloroform. Everyone know the formula of chloroform. CHCl3 is the formula of chloroform. And in presence of KOH, that is ethanolic KOH. So here we will write ethanol and we have to heat this. So this is our first step. Okay, what is given to us? Primary amine is given. When primary amine react with the chloroform in presence of ethanolic KOH and it is heated out, it is produces isocyanide gas which is having bad smelling. So isocyanide means RNC. This is the isocyanide. Okay, and K and Cl will react out here 3 times C. That's why I have to write here 3. 3 KCl will be produced. And 2 and 1, 3 hydrogens are there, and here also 3. So 3 H2O will be also produced. And this is our reactions of carbide amine test, or it is also known as isocyanide test. Okay, so you understand, when primary amines are react with chloroform in presence of ethanolic potassium hydroxide, it's from isocyanide or carbide amine. It is also known as carbide amine. Okay, and or it is also known as isocyanide. Okay, so isocyanide gas, these are slightly bad smelling, and that hence we in laboratory we can prove that the primary amine is compound. Okay, so I hope that the first reaction you understand very nicely. Okay, now second reactions we are going to talk about for the amines compounds, and that reaction is very vital, and that is the reaction with nitrous acid. So now heading reaction with nitrous acid. Dear student, nitrous acid means HNO2. Nitrous acid means HNO2. So now here we are going to react our amines compounds with nitrous acid, and nitrous acid is necessary. Okay, it should be in situ. In situ means what? Here you are going to learn a new word which is in situ. In situ means it is immediately prepared, constantly prepared, at a time prepared. Okay, તરત જ બનાવેલો હોય એવો કમ્પાઉન્ડ તેને શું કહેવામાં આવે છે? ઇન સિટુ. તો ઇન સિટુ કમ્પાઉન્ડ HNO2 એકદમ ફ્રેશલી પ્રિપેર્ડ રહેવું જોઈએ. સો ફ્રેશલી પ્રિપેર્ડ કેવી રીતે થાય? તો HNO2 will be freshly prepared in this manner. HCl plus NaNO2. Sodium nitrite is reacted with HCl, then it is freshly prepared the HNO2. So that is our also knowledge. Okay, in situ means the freshly prepared nitrous acid actually, and freshly prepared nitrous acid is done by HCl plus NaNO2. Now, when we will talk about this, then we have to check out this thing in 3 categories. Actually, primary amine react differently, secondary amine react differently, and tertiary amine react will differently. But here we are going to talk about only primary amines, but in primary amines in 2 ways. In first, we will talk about alkyl amine. Alkyl amine is also pronounced as aliphatic amine. So first we are going to talk about aliphatic or alkyl amine, and secondly we are going to talk about aromatic or phenylamine. Aromatic amine, that is with benzene ring. So here when we are talking about the primary, we are talking here also primary, only primary. So when primary alkyl amine is reacted with nitrous acid, freshly prepared nitrous acid, then it is producing aliphatic diazonium salt. It is producing aliphatic diazonium salt. Now what is diazonium salt? That is to be remembered, because this diazonium salt is going to come everywhere now. It is very important reagent in chemistry, in an actually particular industrial chemistry. So that's why you have to learn this thing very importantly. So come on. So alkyl amine, that is one primary amine. I have taken RNH2, and this is going to react with the freshly prepared HNO2. So freshly prepared HNO2 means HNO2 we have to take in freshly. That's why I have to write here HCl plus NaNO2. Okay. So when this is going to react freshly prepared HCl NaNO2, that is HNO2, okay, then firstly it is producing aliphatic diazonium salt. What is happening here? Aliphatic diazonium salt means what? Aliphatic means R. Aliphatic means R. Here N is going to react with another N, and N2 will be produced. Okay. Here N is going to react here, and Cl is left out, and that will come here. Actually એના લીધે N2 ને 4 બોન્ડ થઈ જાય છે. નાઇટ્રોજનના બોન્ડ જુઓ, નાઇટ્રોજનના બોન્ડ અહીંયા બે 1 2 બરાબર પેલા બે એટલે 2 2s are 4 બોન્ડ થઈ ગયા. That's why nitrogen has one extra bond. It is plus minus. So it is plus minus, that means we can say that Rn2 is diazonium and Cl salt. So diazonium salt it is known as. So I hope that you understand the diazonium salt, how it is produced. Okay. So when primary alkyl amine are reacting with the nitrous acid freshly prepared, that means HCl plus NaNO2, then it is producing diazonium salt, and this is the aliphatic diazonium salt. Now as we produce aliphatic diazonium salt, now this is when react with water. When this react with water, it is producing, actually when it is reacted with water, it is producing alcohol. Nitrogen gas is liberated. Alcohol is produced and nitrogen gas is liberated as well. HCl will be produced. Now here important thing is that whatever here nitrogen gas is produced, this nitrogen gas is in some particular amount. So we can do the volumetric analysis of this. We can do volumetric analysis of this. Okay. So what do you mean by volumetric analysis? કે એનું કોઈ certain volume માં એ produce થશે, certain amount માં. So you can also say that quantitative analysis can be also produced. And according to that number of the quantitative analysis, quantitative number of the nitrogen gas produced by its volume, we can come to know how much amine is used up. You understand? According to the nitrogen gas produced, આ તો આપણે particular લીધેલો જ હશે, સોડિયમ નાઇટ્રેટ વેઇટ વાળો લીધેલો હશે. હવે એમાં યુઝડ અપ આ કેટલો થયો તેટલું ખબર પડી જશે. So how much amount of nitrogen gas is produced, according to that finally we can decide the how much amino acids or how much protein is produced. Okay, the amount of protein and amount of amino acids can be determined here, and this is very vital because see, our kidney is working, and kidney is working in same manner કે આપણા બોડી માંથી એમિનો એસિડ અને પ્રોટીન બધું છેલ્લે બ્લડ માંથી ક્યાં જવાનું છે, કિડની માં જાય, અને કિડની માંથી એને સાઈડ પર કાઢવામાં આવે છે. હવે અકોર્ડિંગ ટુ તે યુરિન સેમ્પલ લેવામાં આવે, યુરિન સેમ્પલ ને પછી કોના સાથે રિએક્ટ કરવામાં આવશે, આના સાથે. હવે એમાં નાઇટ્રોજન કેટલો વપરાઈ જાય તેના પરથી આપણા યુરિનની અંદર પ્રોટીન કેટલું ઘસાઈને આવ્યું, એમિનો એસિડ કેટલું ઘસાઈને આવ્યું તે નક્કી થાય, અને આપણી બોડીમાં ડિસઓર્ડર હોય એ ખબર પડે. So that's why this is the important thing. Okay, so I hope that I am able to explain about the reactions with the nitrous acid to produce the actually diazonium salt, aliphatic diazonium salt, and furtherly it is reacted with water to give the alcohol and nitrogen. So this process is also used for the quantitative analysis. Okay, now next. So first one is complete as alkyl amine or the aliphatic thing is completed. Now we are going to do this reaction of nitrous acid with another thing, and that with another thing is nothing but the aromatic compounds. So now aromatic amines, aromatic primary amines. So when we are using aromatic primary amines, dear students, generally it is taken as a aniline. So aniline is the aromatic and benzene ring ઉપર એનું NH2 હોય છે. This is reacted with the freshly prepared. That means I will write HCl plus NaNO2. Now, as I told you previously, okay, when we are talking about aromatic compound, remember it is the temperature is very vital, and here low temperature is vital, 0 degree to 5 degree centigrade. In Kelvin term we have to write 273 to 278 Kelvin temperature. On this thing the reaction is occur, and initially we are observing diazonium salt here. Here also diazonium salt is also produced. So this is our diazonium salt, and then after this diazonium salt is centered of the thing, and it will do lots of thing afterwards. It will do lots of thing afterwards, and that's why this first step is very vital. Remember this just now only. શું કર્યું છે આપણે? એમોનિયામાં HClNO2 273 278 કેલ્વિન નાખ્યું છે અને ડાયઝોનિયમ સોલ્ટ મળ્યું છે. Okay, this diazonium salt is very important. This diazonium salt, benzene diazonium salt, can be written also like this: benzene diazonium salt. Okay, azonium means azo, diazonium means the nitrogen is known as diazonium. Okay, so benzene diazonium salt. Okay, now dear students, this benzene diazonium salt is also written in different manner. આ એક manner તો છે જ, બીજી manner આવી રીતે પણ લખી શકાય. N double bond N Cl. When you are writing in this pattern, you should not write the plus and minus. But when you will write this thing in this pattern, at that time you have to show plus minus. So in different pattern, the benzene diazonium salt will be written in your textbook. Okay, so don't worry about that. આવી રીતે લખી દીધું, તેવી રીતે લખી દીધું. Okay, so no problem here. And this is our reaction to produce benzene diazonium salt. So hope that you understand these reactions also. Okay, so now we are performing another one, and that will be more interesting. Now next one, what we are going to do is the very important in laboratory, because this is nothing but in laboratory we are going to do the separation of primary, secondary and tertiary amine, and that is nothing but the Hinsberg reagent. Okay, so Hinsberg reagent is also very important to remember, but before do that I would like to say you this reaction is actually known as aryl sulfonyl chloride reaction. Aryl sulfonyl chloride, aryl sulfonyl chloride reaction. Okay, remember this name particularly, aryl sulfonyl chloride, because this is also known as Hinsberg reactions. Okay, so reactions of aryl sulfuric acid, okay, sulfonyl chloride. Okay, now here it is very important for MCQ that the aryl, actually aryl means benzene. So here I would like to tell you benzene sulfonyl chloride is also known as Hinsberg reagent. Hinsberg reagent has some important formula and important structure and name. તો ચલો એક્ઝામમાં પૂછાય, બરાબર ધ્યાન આપજો. હા, એમસીક્યુ માં પૂછાય જ છે, આ પૂછવાનું જ છે, એવી રીતે હું સમજાવું છું. ઓકે, એમસીક્યુ માં એવું પૂછાશે કે what is known as Hinsberg reagent? Benzene sulfonyl chloride is known as Hinsberg reagent. Benzene sulfonyl chloride is known as Hinsberg reagent. Okay, give the structure or the formula of the Hinsberg reagent. તો Hinsberg reagent ની ફોર્મ્યુલા હું લખું છું. બેન્ઝીન C6H5, સલ્ફોનાઇલ એટલે SO2 actually, સલ્ફોનાઇલ એટલે SO2 અને ક્લોરાઇડ નો Cl. So this is the formula of Hinsberg reagent, C6H5SO2Cl. Sometimes it is also asked, આ ફોર્મ્યુલા છે એની, give the structure of Hinsberg reagent. તો Hinsberg reagent નું સ્ટ્રક્ચર આવું હશે. પહેલા લખવાનું બેન્ઝીન, that's all, then S double bond O SO2, S ને 6 જોઈએ, ઉપર બે નીચે બે, લેફ્ટ માં એક અને રાઈટ માં એક, 6 થઈ ગયા, chlorine. So this is the structure of benzene sulfonyl chloride. Then so first step is, what is Hinsberg reagent? Hinsberg reagent is benzene sulfonyl chloride. What is the formula of Hinsberg reagent? C6H5SO2Cl is the formula of the Hinsberg reagent. What is the structure of Hinsberg reagent? The structure of Hinsberg reagent is benzene ring, S, upper double bond, niche double bond and Cl. This is the structure of benzene sulfonyl chloride. Now we are going to watch out the reaction of this benzene sulfonyl chloride. Okay, see dear students, we have three amines, primary, secondary and tertiary amines. Benzene sulfonyl chloride, that is Hinsberg reagent, will react with these all three different manner, and that's why in laboratory we can come to know out which primary, secondary or tertiary amine is present. So in laboratory, to separate out primary, secondary, tertiary, or for the identification of primary, secondary, tertiary in laboratory, the Hinsberg reagent is used now. Okay, so that is our topic to know. So first I am going to show you the reaction with primary amine. Reaction of benzene sulfonyl chloride with the primary amine. So come on students, let's check. Primary amine એટલે કોણ? R N H N H. ઉપર નીચે NH2 લખીએ તેના બદલે આવી રીતે લખીશું. So you will understand this very easily. Okay, અહીંયા R NH ના બદલે આપણે કોઈ એક લઈ લઈએ, C2H5. So this is known as ethane amine. અને આપણે શું નામ આપીએ છે? અહીંયા બે કાર્બન છે એટલે ઇથેન અને આ એમાઇન છે. This is going to react with the benzene sulfonyl chloride. તો Cl પહેલા લખું છું, S double bond O ને પછી એના સાથે benzene ring draw કરું છું. So this is too simple to understand. Now how the reactions will occur, that I am going to see. Actually આ Cl attack કરશે, આ એનો ઇલેક્ટ્રોન હાઇડ્રોજન પાસે જતો રહેશે અને આ બંને એકબીજા સાથે રિએક્ટ કરશે. અહીંયા જે બોન્ડ બચેલો છે ઇલેક્ટ્રોનનો, this electron will going to attach with this. સમજ પડી? ફરી એકવાર સમજાવું છું. એકચ્યુઅલી ક્લોરીન આના ઉપર એટેક કરે છે એટલે આ હાઇડ્રોજન પોતાનો ઇલેક્ટ્રોન નાઇટ્રોજનને આપી દે છે. આ નાઇટ્રોજન પાસે એક્સ્ટ્રા ઇલેક્ટ્રોન થઈ જવાનો, આ H છૂટો પડી જશે, અહીંયાથી આ બોન્ડ સીધો આના સાથે બની જશે અને અહીંયાથી Cl છૂટું પડી જશે. એટલે કોણ નીકળી જવાનું છે આપણા રિએક્શનમાંથી? HCl નીકળી ગયું. શું નીકળી ગયું? HCl નીકળી ગયું. So what is remaining? C2H5 રહ્યું, પછી નાઇટ્રોજન રહ્યો, નીચે આ હાઇડ્રોજન રહ્યો અને અહીંયા S ડબલ બોન્ડ O અને બેન્ઝીન રિંગ. ઓકે, C2H5NH આટલું રહી ગયું, આમાંથી S સાથે સીધું આ જોડાઈ જશે. ઓકે, So this is our okay, so this is primary amine કારણ કે પ્રાઇમરી નાઇટ્રોજન સાથે એક જ કાર્બન જોડાયેલો છે આ બાજુ. Only one carbon is joined with the carbon nitrogen, that's why. બીજો તો CH2 હોય ને એટલે બે કાર્બન ભલે દેખાય પણ તે બાજુમાં ન હોય. So here one carbon is attached, that's why it is primary amine. One carbon કહીએ કે one કોઈ પણ reagent attached છે. But see here dear students, આ નાઇટ્રોજન સાથે બે જણ જોડાયેલા છે. એક આ બાજુ કાર્બન છે અને આ બાજુ સલ્ફર છે. That's why this is secondary amine. એટલા માટે એ સેકન્ડરી એમાઇન છે. અને સેકન્ડરી એમાઇન નું નોમેનક્લેચર કેવી રીતે થાય? N ઇથાઇલ. આગળ n લગાડવાનું હોય સેકન્ડરી માટે, બધાને ખબર છે. N ઇથાઇલ. આ ઇથાઇલ થઈ ગયું. પછી આ એમાઇન છે ને આ સલ્ફોનાઇલ ક્લોરાઇડ, સલ્ફોનાઇલ છે એટલા માટે એનું નામ આપણે શું બોલીશું? N ઇથાઇલ બેન્ઝીન સલ્ફોનાઇલ. હવે સલ્ફોનાઇલ સાથે એમાઇન છે એટલે આપણે શું લખીશું? સલ્ફોનેમાઇડ. એનું નામ શું થઈ ગયું? N મિથાઇલ બેન્ઝીન સલ્ફોનેમાઇડ. N ઇથાઇલ બેન્ઝીન સલ્ફોનેમાઇડ. આ સલ્ફોનેમાઇડ કહેવાય. So dear students, I hope that you understand this reaction. હવે અહીંયા એક હાઇડ્રોજન પ્રેઝન્ટ છે. જો આમાં એક હાઇડ્રોજન પ્રેઝન્ટ છે. આ હાઇડ્રોજન પ્રેઝન્ટ રહેવાના બદલે આ હાઇડ્રોજન છૂટો પડે અને એ એસિડ બની શકે. આ એસિડ બની શકે. So that's why this will react with the alkali and alkali સાથે રિએક્ટ કરીને આલ્કલીમાં એ ડિઝોલ્વ થઈ જાય છે. So it will dissolve out in alkali. યાદ રાખજો સમાય ડિઝોલ્વ થઈ જશે. It will dissolve in alkali. આ જે મળે છે એ white કે black reddish precipitate હોય છે and that precipitate will be dissolved out in alkali. સમાન ડિઝોલ્વ થઈ જશે આલ્કલીમાં. આલ્કલી એટલે બેઝિક એમાં. and here H present છે એટલે H present હોય એટલા માટે this will dissolve out in alkali because it become acidic. તો કોઈ ડાઉટ રહ્યો? પ્રાઇમરી એમાઇનમાં C2H5, primary amine NH2 ethane amine. Ethane amine is going to react with the Hinsberg reagent. Hinsberg reagent સાથે react કરે છે. HCl છૂટો પડી જાય છે. NS જોડાઈ જાય છે. એમને એમ જ લખી દેવાનું. C2H5 NH S double bond O benzene. That's all. આનું નામ થશે N ethyl benzene sulfonamide. પતી ગયું. અને એ હાઇડ્રોજનની પ્રેઝન્ટના લીધે આલ્કલીમાં soluble છે. Now I am going to show you the reaction of secondary amine. So how secondary amine will react there? That is the number 2 I am going to show you. So in secondary amine, I would take C2H5 and here also C2H5. So with nitrogen 2 carbons are attached, so that's why it is secondary amine. And with this secondary amine, we are going to react again the Hinsberg reagent. What is the Hinsberg reagent? Benzene sulfonyl chloride. Benzene sulfonyl chloride can be written in this pattern also. Cl, H double bond O, benzene ring. Now, how the reactions will occur? Again, the H is going to react with the Cl and HCl is come out. HCl bar निकली जैसे. Okay. Now remaining thing is what? The remaining thing is C2H5 and C2H5. C2H5. Okay. Then directly S double bond O and a benzene ring. Now what should be the name of this? આનું નામ શું થશે? C2H5 and C2H5. બે વાર C2H5 છે એટલે અહીંયા જુઓ અહીંયા પણ one compound, second compound, third compound. So nitrogen સાથે 3 compounds છે એટલે ટર્સરી છે. ટર્સરી હોય તો આપણે NN બે વખત લખવું પડે. NN બે વખત ઇથાઇલ છે એટલે ડાઇઇથાઇલ. NN ડાઇઇથાઇલ. પછી આનું નામ તો શું થઈ જશે? બેન્ઝીન સલ્ફોનેમાઇડ. એનું નામ તો સેમ જ થઈ જશે, ખાલી આટલું જ આગળ બદલાશે કે NN ડાઇમિથાઇલ બેન્ઝીન સલ્ફોનેમાઇડ. હવે આમાં હાઇડ્રોજન હતો, આમાં હાઇડ્રોજન છે નથી In this case, we do not have any hydrogen. So અહીંયા hydrogen ન હોવાના કારણે this will not acid. આ acid બનશે નહીં. And as it is not being acid, it will not dissolve in alkali. એ alkaliમાં dissolve થશે નહીં. અને alkaliમાં dissolve નહીં થાય એનો મતલબ કે હવે આપણે બેને છૂટા પાડી દીધા. ફર્સ્ટ કેસમાં પ્રાઇમરી એમાઇન હતા એ આલ્કલીમાં ડિઝોલ્વ થઈ જાય. એના વ્હાઇટ પ્રેસિપિટેટ જે મળતા હતા તે આલ્કલી લાખીએ એટલે ડિઝોલ્વ થઈ જતા હતા. વ્હાઇટ પ્રેસિપિટેટ મળે આલ્કલીમાં લાખીએ તો ના ડિઝોલ્વ થાય. ધેટ મીન્સ ઇટ ઇઝ સેકન્ડરી એમાઇન. સો primary amine and secondary amine are differentiated out. Here hydrogen was there, it was reacting. Here hydrogen was there, it was reacting because hydrogen હોય તો HCl સાથે નીકળી જાય. હાઇડ્રોજન છે HCl સાથે નીકળી ગયો. અહીંયા H વધેલો છે, H વધેલો છે એટલે એસિડિક કેરેક્ટર છે. આમાં H વધ્યો નથી એટલે એસિડિક કેરેક્ટર નથી. That's all. ટર્સરી એમાઇન તો આવું હોય. N C2H5 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 આ ટર્સરી એમાઇન છે. એમાં તો હાઇડ્રોજન જ નથી. And as it is not having hydrogen, it is not going to react. A reaction કરવાનું નથી. And that's why in laboratory we can separate out primary amine, secondary amine and tertiary amine. So by using Hinsberg reagent in laboratory, we can separate out the primary amine, secondary amine, tertiary amine. What is the process? The process is like this. When primary amine react with the Hinsberg reagent, that is the benzene sulfonyl chloride, okay, it will give some compound, okay, or some product or some precipitate. These precipitate are dissolved in alkali. Hence we can say it is primary amine. If the when the amines are given, amines react with the benzene sulfonyl chloride. If it is producing precipitate but it is not dissolving into the into the alkali, then it is secondary amine. And if the Hinsberg reagent is not able to react with the amines, then it must be the tertiary amine. And like this we can separate out primary, secondary and tertiary amine in laboratory. So hope that you understand this all and you will produce some new things, new thinking power, and you will use this in practical also as well as in MCQ also. So with this we are ending this video and we will meet tomorrow with new section and new things. Have a good day.